Hi, I'm Dr. Jeremy Brook, and thanks for checking out Spinechecker.com, the official website of the Life Center Chiropractic, and my new book, The Spinechecker's Manifesto. So check that out. Yesterday after a yoga class, a couple yogis came up to me and said, "Hey, Dr. J, what's your take on headstand?" Here's what I said. Headstand is the king of all asanas, right? Shirshasana. King of all asanas. It has tremendous energetic and physiological capabilities. It stimulates and activates your pituitary and your pineal glands. What's more important than that? By reversing the flow of gravity, you help to realign your internal organs as well as your entire exoskeleton. So it has tremendous physiological, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual capabilities. On the other side, you have to take into consideration some contraindications. Number one, if you have too high or too low blood pressure, probably not a good idea. If you have plaquing in your blood vessels going up to your brain, ruling out that pose for you too, or if you have a history of strokes. As well as disc injuries or other severe type of neck injuries, you probably want to check in with your chiropractor to make sure headstand's for you. Alright, so here's my take on headstand. Majority of us are practicing yoga, with a straight neck or a reversal of the curve in the neck. And on top of that, some of the joints in the back are degenerated and you have some degenerated discs. Then you flip the body over and you're putting a tremendous amount of pressure on degenerated joints and degenerated discs. Instead of having a nice normal curve that we were born with, a nice arc of life which behaves as a spring to help balance that 14.7 pounds of pressure of gravity. So here's the deal. If you've got a great looking curve in the neck with minimal degeneration of your joints and your discs, then rock and roll. Because after all, if you've got a bone that's stuck or jammed or a disc that's degenerating or a joint that's not moving, you're going to cause some nerve interference. You're going to cause some type of strangulation at that level, causing congestion up above and then starvation down below. So here's my take on a headstand. Do you know what the curve in your neck looks like? Do you know what the state of health of your neck looks like? Well, first of all, go to a chiropractor. Get it adjusted. Make sure the joints are moving. Make sure that you don't have any interference between your life, nerve, energy flow between your brain and the rest of your body. Then it's essential to move with intelligence. So if you're going to do Shirshasana, here's what I recommend. Get adjusted, number one. And then number two, right before you do it, do a little movement sequence. Here's what I would recommend. Let's activate and lubricate the top joints in your neck where your brain and your spinal cord come together. You do that by doing the funky chicken. You can do it about 5, 10, or 15, 25 times. I'm talking fast just to get all the information in. Then the next motion, 50% of the rotation in your neck happens at the first two vertebrae. So you're just going to look over your shoulder 5, 10, 15, 25 times. Then the next motion is the yes motion. Then the next motion is the half tilt. I've been teaching this. Don't crunch your neck. Pretend like you're about to kiss a baby that's living on your shoulder with your cheek, and you just want to plant a soft little kiss. Alright, then you do Shirshasana, you do headstand, you hang out in child's pose for a little bit. You don't want to come up right away, but then put it right through that little movement sequence. You can do it about 5%, 15%, 25% of your maximum. If you go to 100% of your maximum, there's no other room to play. So I hope this is beneficial. My take on headstand, love it, hate it. How's the curve in the neck look? If it's good and the structure's intact, rock and roll. It's for you. Get adjusted. Make sure everything is flowing properly, because when you turn your world upside down, you put all of your weight on top of 7 delicate bones, and then at the very bottom of your skull you have a big hole in your head called the foramen magnum, and you definitely don't want to have any pressure or irritation on your spinal cord. You're trying to get a little bit more out of life rather than decrease the amount of life flow. So in the meantime, have a beautiful day. Peace.